There was a woman who looked anxious. Her name was Ashley. She waited in the car. Shortly afterward, two people came out of the building. One of them was injured in the stomach. They were Jimmy and Mitch. Jimmy told Ashley to drive fast because Mitch was injured, but on the way Mitch died. Jimmy tried to calm Ashley down. Then Jimmy said that they had to go to the dock and leave on Mitch's boat. When they arrived at the dock, Jimmy told Ashley to get on the boat. Jimmy received a call from someone. He explained that Mitch was dead. Then Jimmy asked if that person must protect Ashley and Jimmy's daughter so that Jimmy can continue his mission. He said that he would deliver the drive to the man in an hour. Jimmy looked confused. Then he decided to burn his car. At the club, Donnie was angry with his men. He asked who had stolen the drive. Then his men answered that Jimmy had stolen it. Donnie did not think that Jimmy was the thief. Then Donnie told his men to find Jimmy. Soon, Jimmy and Ashley arrived near their house. Jimmy instructed Ashley to keep a drive in a safe place. Jimmy explained that Ashley and Sarah had to go from Miami to the Cayman Islands to keep them safe. Meanwhile, Jimmy would follow them if the situation in Miami was safe. But unfortunately, when Jimmy was about to escape, he was caught by Donnie's men. Ashley woke Sarah up and explained that Jimmy and Ashley had a surprise for Sarah's birthday. But they needed to leave right then and there. Then Ashley hid the drive in Sarah's bag. The next morning, Ashley drove Sarah to the airport, but Ashley didn't go to the Caymans either. As she was leaving the airport, two men were waiting for her. Then Sarah arrived at Cayman Island. She went to her grandfather's house by taxi. Then she saw her grandfather sleeping on the beach. The grandfather's name was Matt/Jim. Sarah woke him up. Then Sarah said that she was looking for her grandfather named Matt Robbins or Jim Benton. The man was puzzled as to where Sarah knew his name. Then Sarah explained that Ashley told her about it. Sarah showed him a picture of her family. Matt cheerfully said that his daughter was in the photo, Ashley. Ashley caught by Donnie's men. They took her to Donnie's office. There, Donnie asked about the drive. Then someone brought Jimmy to Ashley. Jimmy was battered and limp. Donnie sternly asked if the drive was with Sarah. Ashley hesitantly replied that she didn't know. But Donnie was very sure that the drive was on Sarah. Then he told Bobo and one of his other men to go to Cayman Island with Ashley. Then Donnie threatened that if Ashley made a fuss with the police, then Donnie would really make Jimmy suffer. Later, Donnie contacted a woman. It seemed that she was the real owner of the drive. The woman wanted Donnie to get the drive back in just 24 hours. At Matt's house, he gave food to Sarah. Then he asked her about her purpose for coming to him. Sarah said that her mother was in trouble. Then she told him the details of last night. She also said that Ashley actually went to Cayman Island with Sarah, but the ticket ran out. Hearing that, Matt was even more curious about his daughter's problems. In the evening, Sarah ate in bed. Then Sarah gave her food box to Matt. Sarah said that Ashley actually forbade her to eat in bed. Hearing that, Matt was surprised because Sarah used to like to eat in bed. Then Sarah asked why Matt's name was 2. Matt replied that he would tell Sarah when she grew up. After that, Matt tried to call Ashley. Unluckily, Ashley didn't pick up the phone. Matt looked anxious thinking about his daughter. The next morning, Ashley, Bobo, and one of Donnie's men arrived on Cayman Island. They went straight to Matt's house. But unfortunately, Matt and Sarah were not at home. It turned out that they were eating at a beachside restaurant. Sarah asked about Matt's being on the island. Matt said that he spent 20 or 30 years there after retiring. Sarah also asked about Matt's job. Matt said that he was a mediator who worked for the American government. In addition, she asked why her mother said that Matt was dead. Matt firmly said that he used to stay at home only 2 months a year. He used to be boring to Ashley too. One day, Matt needed to go abroad. He had to leave Ashley to take care of his mother alone. Matt wasn't angry if Ashley considered him dead, because that was her right. Soon Matt and Sarah arrived home. Matt saw Ashley with Donnie's men. He told Sarah to hide in the car. Then Matt approached them. He pretended to be limping and had a backache. Donnie's men are confused to see Matt. They explained that they were looking for something at Matt's place. Then one of Donnie's men pointed a gun at Ashley. Matt quickly punched him with a barbell. Matt hit them, but unfortunately, Ashley fired the wrong shot when Matt fought with Bobo. At first, she wanted to shoot Bobo, but instead, she shot Matt's arm. This caused him pain. Then Ashley said that Bobo ran away in Matt's car, but in Matt's car was Sarah. Meanwhile, Bobo ran away to a place. He called Donnie and said that his friends were dead. He also explained that Ashley's father killed them. Then Donnie told him to hide and take Sarah as a hostage. Bobo firmly threatened to shoot Sarah if she didn't obey him. Ashley forbade Matt to report the police. Ashley explained that the drive was in Sarah's bag, but Ashley and Jimmy didn't know the contents of the drive. It turned out that Jimmy only wanted to steal it so that he would be free from Donnie. Then Matt got the idea that he would throw the body of one of Donnie's men into the sea. Matt felt happy that he had thrown him into the sea, but Ashley was afraid that someone would find the body. In Washington, D.C., Drysdale asked Fitzsimmons about the results of his mission with the drive, but Fitzsimmons said that the mission failed. Shortly thereafter, Drysdale got a call. It turned out to be a call from Matt, who was hiding in a hotel. Hearing Matt's voice, Drysdale said that Matt frustrated his subordinates because he murdered a 2-star general and retired early. Drysdale looked upset, but Matt asked for her help to find out the information about Donnie. Meanwhile, Bobo went into hiding at the same hotel as Matt. Bobo started his conversation with Sarah. He saw Sarah reading a book about Othello. Bobo said that he knew about Othello. It didn't take long, they could easily get close. Not long after, Bobo got a call from his friend who asked about Bobo's whereabouts. Matt asked why Sarah would get involved in this situation. Ashley said that Matt didn't know their condition. It turned out that Jimmy was not just a driver for Donnie, but also sold drugs. That's why Jimmy wanted to get away from Donnie. They argued as Matt blamed Ashley for being an irresponsible parent. Ashley didn't accept, she wanted to leave the room. Matt forbids it, but Ashley is stubborn. Unfortunately, Ashley met Bobo's 3 friends. Then Matt told Ashley to help him pull one of the men into the room. Then Matt beat him up, but Bobo saw 2 of his friends in front of Ashley's room. Bobo immediately told him to catch Matt and Ashley. Fortunately, Matt was able to get Ashley out first, but Donnie's 2 men managed to break down the door to Matt's room. Matt managed to beat one of them. Then Matt accidentally made one of the others fall from the balcony and died. Matt hurriedly took Ashley to escape from the hotel in a taxi. Then Bobo found out their whereabouts by calling the taxi office number. After that, Bobo told Donnie that his 3 best men were dead. Matt killed him. But unfortunately, Bobo didn't know Matt's name. He said there were 2 names he knew, Matt and Jim. Hearing that, Donnie was furious. He went straight to Cayman Island. After calling Donnie, Bobo invited Sarah to eat. Before leaving, Bobo made a deal that Sarah must obey Bobo's orders no matter what. Bobo threatened Sarah that if the police caught them, then Donnie would kill Ashley. Hearing that, Sarah finally chose to obey Bobo. After a while, Ashley and Matt arrived at Marina Bay. Matt went to see his friend Joseph. Matt said that Ashley got into quite a complicated problem. He asked Joseph to look at the contents of Donnie's drive. After that, Matt called Drysdale and asked about Donnie. The one replied that Donnie was an ex-convict who founded crime organizations such as drugs, human trafficking, and firearms. He worked for his boss, Hector Garcia. Later, an accountant named Helen meets Hector. It seemed that Helen did something wrong to Hector's company. Helen stole the money. Then Hector wanted to punish her. She told Helen to look through a pair of binoculars. It turned out that Hector was going to drown Helen's husband. Helen apologized, but Hector didn't care. While Matt was on the phone with Drysdale, Joseph tried to chat with Ashley. He talked about Matt's past to Ashley. He told her that Matt was a good person and that he was a special member. Then Ashley asked if Matt was a murderer. In Miami, Christopher received information from Hector that the drive was missing. Christopher didn't trust Hector anymore because he had been negligent. He then told his men to solve the problem. Meanwhile, Donnie and his men arrive on Cayman Island. They immediately search for Matt's whereabouts. They also brought weapons to complete their mission. Hector confused, so she called Fitzsimmons. he found out who Matt was. Firmly, Fitzsimmons said that Matt was a dangerous ex-member of Copassus. Fitzsimmons advised Hector to avoid him, but Hector got even more curious. Fitzsimmons told her that Matt is braver than Rambo and Matt was a killing machine. He hoped Donnie has a hostage to take Matt down. Hector hesitantly said that Sarah might have been killed. Donnie told Bobo to kill Sarah. Meanwhile, he would finish off Matt and Ashley, but Bobo didn't have the heart to kill Sarah. He took Sarah for a walk on the beach. Meanwhile, Donnie ordered some of his men to sneak on Joseph's ship, but apparently Matt already knew that Donnie was watching him. He quickly told Ashley to hide. Then Matt shot one of Donnie's men who was carrying a grenade. Soon the grenade exploded, causing the ship to leak, even though there was Ashley who was locked at the bottom of the ship. Sarah talked to Bobo and caught him off guard. Then Sarah took Bobo's gun and ran towards Matt. She saw Matt in trouble. Sarah threw the gun. Matt managed to defeat Donnie's men easily. Joseph also helped Matt. Unluckily, Joseph was shot when he was about to leave. Ashley almost drowned at the bottom of the ship. Luckily, Sarah heard her mother's shout. She struggled to open the door so that her mother could get out. After Ashley came out, she shot Bobo until he died. Unfortunately, Matt was too late to save Ashley and Sarah because Donnie succeeded in taking them away. Matt took Joseph for treatment while calling Drysdale. He asked for help so that he could stop Donnie. On the other hand, Fitzsimmons received an order from Hector telling him to get Donnie, Ashley, and Sarah out of Cayman Island. Drysdale suspected Fitzsimmons of being Hector's subordinate. However, Drysdale did not believe that Fitzsimmons was Hector's man. After Fitzsimmons and Drysdale worked together, Drysdale told Matt to leave for Miami. He also told him that Donnie had gone to Miami. Ashley and Sarah were already at Hector's house. Meanwhile, Matt had just arrived in Miami. He went straight to Hector's house. He crashed his car and blew it up, but he sneaked in and shot at Hector's men. Seeing that Hector was very upset, Sarah thought of running away, but unluckily she heard Hector's men getting to the room. Then they decided to hide. Not long after, Ashley and Sarah saw Matt. They accidentally shouted for Matt. Then Matt was shot. Luckily, he was wearing a bulletproof vest. Then he hid again. Meanwhile, Donnie told Ashley and Sarah to go near Hector. Then Matt tried to save Ashley and Sarah, but unfortunately, Donnie managed to get Matt to put down his gun. Then Matt handed over the drive to Donnie. Then Donnie shot Hector because he wanted to take the drive. But unfortunately, Drysdale and Fitzsimmons shoot Donnie. Fitzsimmons took the drive from him, but Drysdale shot Fitzsimmons. She didn't want Fitzsimmons to take the drive. She knew that the drive Matt gave her was a fake. Then Drysdale asked Matt for the real drive. Soon Christopher arrived. It turned out that Drysdale and Christopher were colleagues. Christopher talked to Matt. Matt said that he knew the contents of the drive. Then Christopher said that Jimmy reported Hector's crime organization on the East Coast. Moreover, it turned out that Jimmy reported Hector to Fitzsimmons, but Fitzsimmons always told Hector about it. This allowed Hector to escape the authorities. Christopher said that he was only using Matt to solve this problem, so that Christopher could gain the respect of the community, so that he could run for governor. Hearing that, Matt was a bit upset, but Christopher guaranteed the safety of Matt and his daughter and granddaughter. So, Matt believed that Christopher was able to fulfill his promise. Then Matt returned to Cayman Island using Hector's boat as directed by Christopher. Meanwhile, Ashley and Sarah were guarded by Drysdale.